Finish your giving your lecture to poor Angelica?
Okay, now you're starting. You're going to start.
Okay, guys, we'll go through. So yeah, I think I've kind of drilled this into you already, but you know, job loss is not the end of the world, and well, but it's traumatic naturally, you know, and emotional. But again, once we go through with these skills, and today we'll hopefully bring it all together, a shorter session, so we can ask questions and talk more afterwards, okay? But it's more of a mathematical, a mathematical process, and it's like rolling a dice, but unlike Resorts World where the house always wins, in this case, you can win as long as you keep throwing the dice more, because it doesn't cost you any money to keep submitting your resume. And the greater the number and diversity of times you do that, the greater the probabilities will. You know, if you've got a 5% response rate, or if you can make a really good resume, like Angelica's working on, she's got a really good one. Ram, I remember you have a very good one. You have something that stands out. You've got a high probability of being noticed. And if you increase your response rate and you increase the number of submissions you make, it's just the law of you know, averages and a mathematical certainty. So let's go through some of these. And I guess I think I've told you this before, that on average, every 3 to 5 years, people look for a new job. Hopefully your next job will be the job that you're going to stay for your whole life, and everything's going to be wonderful, but probably, you know, for many of you, it won't be that way, okay? And that's okay. That's a natural, the world changes and so forth. But if you have these skills will stay with you for the rest of your life. So when it does happen again, hopefully it won't, but, you know, chances are it will, then you've got everything in motion. Okay, my world-class resume is still there. I just got to update it, add a couple of things. I've got some ideas to make it better. My interview answering skills, go through that again. You know, might be the odd change you do there. And then this today on where to actually submit and get the numbers up so that you've got a large number of submissions to make. Okay, so let's go through this. Yeah, okay, and my other thing is, I don't know, just someday you might get a call back from these First Advantage people, and I hope you don't feel bad about them, but I can say again that most companies don't, you know, provide these kinds of services, and I'm pleased when I see organizations that do, you know, so don't be too hard on your First Advantage people. Okay, yeah. So actually, you do have a job, and your job is looking for a job. So what I tell people is resolve to spend half of your entire day looking for a job. If you do that, you're going to feel good that you do, you know, you're doing your responsibility. The rest of the day, you know, take some time off and spend time with your family and friends. I mean, all of us work hard in our lives, and you may not, you know, it may be another 3 to 5 years or longer until you have another chance to spend half a day with your family, with your friends, with your parents, with, you know, people that are difficult to spend time with, right? And it's, you know, so think of it as an opportunity to do that. Now, don't spend your whole day doing that, because you're going to feel really, really bad if the days go by and you're not doing your work. But as long as you do your work, you spend half a day looking for work, sending out your submissions of real serious work, you're going to feel fine about it, okay? And that's very important. It's important to keep busy, because then you're going to feel good. But also to realize that, wow, you know, it's so nice to be able to spend some time. I don't know if you have young children, or maybe you have a brother or sister who do, or cousins, your parents, your mother is getting old. You know, it's a big opportunity. You know, so think of it like that too. Okay, and on the positive side, I don't know. You know, I can't remember if I said to you that you know, in many countries it's difficult to find a job right now. And okay, one story I can tell you with the First Advantage group. I received a call from their U.S. side. They have a company there that does similar type work like this over there. So they contacted us. Richard, we've got First Advantage. They're a good client of ours. We really enjoy working with them, and they're really concerned about their people in the Philippines. You thinking how them? So okay with that. Anyway, but they were shocked that because over there, their service like this is just how to do a resume, how to do answer the interview questions and so forth. Hello, and then you're off on your own. They were shocked that we would, assist with helping the job search and so forth. And I said, well, but there's jobs to get here. And I said, well, but Richard, how can you do that? Because there it's so much more difficult to get a job that they don't want to be, you know what I mean? They don't want to be a part of that sort of process. I don't know. But Philippines, there's jobs. So again, as long as we do our work together, we've got a good opportunity here. And these sorts of things, investment grade rating, fast growing economy, World Bank says it's great, all this kind of stuff. So again, we're in a positive situation. This is one of the best places in the world to be unemployed, if I can put it like that. Okay. So let's go through the job search process, and we'll figure out what's involved here. So, okay, what's the best way? Here's a few ways to look for jobs. Which of these ones do you think is the best? What do you, any ideas? Ram, what do you think? What grabs you as the best way to look for a job? Sorry. Well, don't put all your, I shouldn't have put that one, but I'm only kidding. What do you think?
Well, based on my own personal experiences, I've gained my previous jobs through my friends' word of mouth.
Okay, referrals from your friends. Okay.
I find JobStreet helpful as well.
JobStreet is helpful as well. Okay, very good. Angelica, what do you think?
From my experience as well, I used my friends' referrals because that's where I could get most ideas. What the company is offering, just they're already there.
Yes.
So that's what I use. But I also use JobStreet.
Okay.
And sometimes I browse the company's website and then pass my resume there.
To them. Okay. And Chris, what do you think? What's your experience?
For me, it is the referral from friends.
Okay.
Because basically they're the ones who are actually going to invite you. This could be in our company. These are benefits, and somehow they can coach you about what you're going to be interviewed and some tests.
Okay. Very good. Okay, they're all good things. Now, what I would say, though, is the best way is all of them. You want to do it as many of these as possible. Yes, your friends can help you, and we'll talk a bit about that. Very, very important. But all the other sources, sometimes, your friends are very important. It's one area. But if you do your own work, you can get many other areas as well to increase the numbers of opportunities that you can choose from. Okay, again, the idea is to get at least 3 or 4 or hopefully more good quality opportunities that you can then choose from and weigh the advantages and disadvantages. This company pays a bit more, but this one offers a really good career path and so forth. Maybe I should, this sort of a thing. Then you're making a really intelligent decision that you can feel good to live by. Okay? So we'll go through some of these. Okay, so first is the obvious one. You've got company names that you've been in contact with in the past or whatever. Get on their website, the job postings, and send them in. Now, a question for you is, do you send just one time, or do you try to pester them over and over again in sending resumes? What do you think about that? What do you think? Do you send a whole bunch of resumes or just one resume to a company?
Well, if it's the same industry that I'll be submitting a resume, then I just give them one. But if it's a job that I do really want or an organization that I do really want,
you're going to nail them?
Twice.
Okay. Yeah, okay. A lot of, depends on, in big companies, Convergys, Teletech, and so forth, they'll often have, they'll have so many different recruiters for so many different jobs. So often you do need to, there is a good benefit to sending it, by the job. And you'll notice at the bottom oftentimes they'll say the person's name. And now if it's the same person, if you recognize the same person's name, of course, you don't want to keep pestering them with the same one. But often there'll be different people, different locations, different jobs, different sections, and you try to get it out, often. You don't want to be a stalker. You don't want to drive them crazy with too many resumes, but that's okay. And even, especially with the big companies, sending it 1 week and then, 3 or 4 weeks later sending it again, because oftentimes there'll be a different recruiter who receives those resumes. You know what I mean? And they may have different relationships with a different hiring manager that they can communicate with and so forth, right? So, again, you don't do it every week for 2 months solid, but you know what I mean? If you're sending it 2 or 3 times, that's okay. Now, a smaller organization, like a First Advantage or some of the other ones around here, but for them, yes. Hello, hi. For those ones, you don't need to do this over and over again, because then they'll think you're a stalker. But you know what I mean? You want to get it out there so that you've got it at least once in front of the right people. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you the company list that I would recommend all of you download and take a look at. BPAP, I'm sure many of you know, they publish a directory list of their 200 and so members. And I'll just show you this. I'm going to get online here. So if we go to the BPAP website and we go to publications under research and then down right here, oh sorry. The Business Process Association of Philippines. This is the main industry, oh God. This is the main industry organization representing the BPO industry in Philippines. So virtually all major companies, I can tell you, virtually all of them are members. Okay? So maybe could you just go down a little bit on the page? Okay, stop there. Now that is the document. Now, I've got it on my computer, so I'll pull it up. But it's about 700 pages or something, and it looks good. Everything is there. Now some of it doesn't apply to you. The animation companies, game development, software development. For some of you who are interested, great. Others, you'll focus more on some of the other areas, customer contact centers, information processing, and so forth. So you just hit the download, go up a little bit more. No, down the other way. Yeah, okay. So you just hit the download. It's in PDF, and we'll take a look at that. And it's a nice, go the other way again. Other way, up. Okay, stop. Yeah, so and it's a nice company with Asia type. There's this nice people we know. Can you bounce over? Just pull up here. Okay, so this is the document. So if you go down a ways, go down maybe about halfway or a quarter of the way down. Oh, here, let me do it then. Okay. Now just go up a little bit. Okay, stop there. Okay, so this is a company called Stellar Philippines, for instance. This is an Australian-based call center organization. Again, not all these will apply for you. But their main location, their internet address is there. Well, this one didn't put, and a basic story of what they do, right? So you can go through and you can say, okay, if they're a company that just does, game development, that might not be what you want to do. But they give their description. And I don't know what many of you think, but many of the call centers are getting into back office processing jobs as well. I don't know what your plans are, and I'm not going to tell you what to do with your career, but I can say that there are a lot more jobs on the voice side than there is on the back office side. So again, I'm not saying therefore you should focus only on no. If your heart is set on doing back office work, focus on back office work. But I can say that your odds will be better. Again, when you roll the dice, your odds are going to be a lot better on the voice side. So maybe as a plan B or a plan C, just make a resume for a voice position in case the other ones don't work out. Okay, just my suggestion. That's only, not telling you what to do. Okay. Can you go down a bit more to the next one? Okay. Oh, this is Stream.
Stream Global Services.
Yeah, but a lot of them have can I just see for a sec? Yeah, see, so a lot of them have, they even have email addresses of, email addresses of where to send them to. Now, that is a good start. Now, but what would you say that, I would recommend that, yeah, that is a good place to send that. And most do. It's a shame the first two that we didn't show that. But most of them have. For applicants, you send it to this email address. Now, it's a good idea to do that. Do you think it's enough to do that? Or you think there's more to it? What do you think? Ram, what do you think? Yeah, let's say you've heard about this company. Now, this is a nice, small contact center, but I know they do different types of services, because a friend of mine just lost some work to this company. What's that? Yeah, they do different kinds of work. Yeah, 2,000 employees. Yeah, so it's a good small little, contact center. And sometimes these smaller, fast-growing ones, I think if I remember, there's a couple of Dutch guys are involved. Dutch Filipinos, actually. And I know that, many of these guys, but yeah, so and sometimes these smaller ones might not come up. Your friends might not be working there. They might be working for the Converguses and Teletext, but not for these smaller ones, right? So that's why you go through these ones, and it's got a lot of good information for you. Now, in the old days, like 2 or 3 years ago, this information wasn't available. You'd have to go to each website and so forth. Now, so what I would say to do is first, as a first step, go through this list. Send your resume to every one of these. So that way, what happens is when it is arrived, it will go into their database of resumes. Okay, so when the recruiter gets on their thing, okay, we need to hire some people, and they type in some keywords, hopefully your resume is going to come up. Okay, that's a first step. Now, a second step is to get on to their website, where they will have specific job postings, okay? And then also apply to those directly. Now, for a smaller company like this one, they might only have 2 or 3 that you'd be interested in. That's fine. Send it to 1 or 2 of them, something like that, okay? So that way, because again, what you try to do is to get your resume where it can be reached and seen by as many recruiters as possible, because you never know which one is going to be the one. And especially in mid-size or larger companies, you know how it is in a big company. Someone here doesn't know what someone over there is doing, and someone here doesn't know, and so forth. So if you send it to enough of these people, it'll get to the right people who are the hiring managers. Okay? So very, very important. So you just go through. So just go, scroll down a little bit to a couple more. What's this one? Okay, Montpagnan. This is a one on the. They do finance and accounting. It's a nice American guy who runs this. Henry's his name. What's the next one? And they're the same thing. They got the applicant thing. What's this? Multirational. This is an Australian company. Actually, I know all these guys. I don't know. Do you know him, Graham? Okay, Navarre. I don't know them. They sound like a.
Like the accounting.
Yeah.
Accounting firm.
But the previous one was a good outfit. Next PO, BPO, that's another, kind of a smaller company. In Davao, yeah, you gotta, so not all of them are right. Keep going. Keep going. What's this one? Grant Thornton, okay. This one started off doing Australian work, but they do bookkeeping and so forth, back office type work. I don't know, for some of you have a, accounting slant or something like that. This is another one. Actually, this one, if I recall, is the Cesar, or the Secretary of Finance. What's his name? No, the current, who's the head of finance in the Philippines?
All right now, who's that? I don't know. Secretary natin? No, not
The Polish. No, it wasn't her.
Cesar Purissima.
Purissima. This was his, if I recall. Don't kill me if I'm wrong, but it's quite a successful little company, doing different areas. Yeah, finance and accounting, HR, and so forth. So there's a lot of good little companies doing good quality back office type work that you won't otherwise come into contact with, right? So you go through these things. Now, right here with 210, actually there's more. There's 210 members, but there's a number of other companies that are suppliers to the industry and so forth. And some of those may be of interest to you as well, right? So right there, Shore Solutions, this is a friend of ours. Yeah, they do IT work and back office work and call center work, of course. This one, I don't know these ones. Who is that one? Go down. Anyway, so there's a lot. You go through these and you send them out. Again, most of them have, okay, just not quite so.
Development,
no. No, go down, but not so fast. Okay. Okay, ship management. I mean, there's all these kinds of, okay, not so, how do you do this? Just go by, okay, well, just do this, just do this. Okay, yeah, W, we just click that. Okay, Accenture, ACS, all these good quality companies, and they all, ADAC, this is one just down the road. I mean, two of you may have worked there in the past, but they're just up around the corner, and they have 5,000 people, right, doing all back office type work. They're not, I'll tell you a secret, but they're not the greatest payer, but they're a good company, and and so forth. Yeah, they do back office work here. There's a lot of back office work being done, but they're usually not the big companies that buy the billboards, come work for us, and all this kind of stuff. You got to do this kind of research to find them, okay? So, download this. If you have questions, email us, but it's downloadable off the BPAP website, Business Process Association of Philippines. Okay, got me? That right there might get you the job that you want right there. Okay, you do that work. It's a lot of work. You got to go through each one. This might be a week's work going through every company. First, you got to send your resumes to their that applicant email address. Then get onto every website. Get up their career section. Pull up the job titles. That looks like one I want to send. I'll send that one out too, and so forth. Come back a few days later, send another one. Okay. Just across the street. See, there's a lot of these companies you don't know because they keep a very low profile.
You have to visit the BPAP website and you can see all the companies from Alabama, from Qatar, that's your potential.
Yeah, so right there, guys, I'm telling you, you do this, and you're already a third of the way home.
Santa Rosa, somebody from Santa Rosa, so many also there. Convergys.
KGB, yep.
So many there.
How many? What's the next one? A couple more?
Diversified Technology.
DTSI, that's Miguel Garcia. Yeah, Nippon bought half of them. Yeah, there's a lot of good companies.
Kasi they're owned by Japanese company na. This one is in Ortigas, Libis.
Different places, but there's good companies. Some of them provide BPO services to BPO companies. Most of them though are actual BPO companies. But there's so many guys that you don't see. What we all see are the ones that can afford the big billboards and the vans with the logo. First Advantage.
Member kayo ng VPA.
Oh my gosh.
Why are
Maka-apply nga dyan.
how long have you been there?
What's that?
I'm just kidding. I was going to ask how long have you been.
Okay. Okay, so you got that?
Please.
What's that? Yeah. Read the description. No, you're not paying attention. Anyway, so there's others. Anyway, so, but again, here's another smaller one. HCL is kind of a mid-size outfit. I think it has a strong Indian thing. Hinduja. These Indian companies.
Today, for interview.
Yeah, and many of these Indian companies, I mean, some of them are not good, but many of them are very good. Hinduja, HTMT, these are good people. I can't remember the name of the guy, Kumar. And they're nice people. Not all. I mean, sometimes you hear bad things about Indian companies, but there's many that are good.
Can we see the description of that?
There. Marami, I think they have 50 positions opening.
Ano yun yung CQ din dati? CQ din dati.
Bagong pan sila, oo. But then yung sila working here in Alabang, the 50 positions in Alabang, call centers.
Galing sila ng division.
No, they're not a recruitment firm, no.
That's a BPO.
Yes.
Well, they're definitely BPO providers, sure.
There is Iloilo, there is in Libis, but the positions will be based in Alabang. 50 positions.
Kailan?
ASAP.
Pero hindi pa sila nag-start.
Hindi pa mag-go, I think, January, kanila. But the positions will be opening.
That one is, yeah.
Business processing.
Kasama yun. So check nyo yan, you have to get the information.
Okay, I'm glad people are interested. Maybe a couple more will take a look.
Alam nyo na yan, yung kinuha yung company, associated. Did you write it down?
Okay, question is,
Write it down.
or what? Oh, well, I was gonna,
It's on the website.
yeah,
Download. Download. Yeah, just go to the website.
go down a little bit.
You can get all the information.
HR Mall.
is also good. But they are in Ortigas though.
Yeah, they're in Ortigas, so you might.
Market was stated there.
Well, that's. Oh, she might have asked, but just
You
by.
want the description.
Oh, okay, description, yeah. But yeah, HR services. This is an Ayala company. This one.
Yeah.
Yes, it's yes, Elisa's group, Fred Ayala. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, one or two more. Go to the next one. Oh, what's the company? Infinito. This is a small joint venture with a local group and an international group. Do back office type work, KPO, knowledge process outsourcing. Again, they might have the job that's right for you. Who knows? But don't try to second guess. Oh well, if it's a local company, maybe I'm not as just send it and see what happens. iTech, yeah, I don't know them as well. I think. Okay. Okay, so that right there, if you can spend a week with this, just on that, going to each website, microsourcing again, yeah, there's a lot of good companies there.
We also have NOAA. We have multinational corporation.
That's the Australian group. Sean works there. Yeah. A friend of ours works there. Anyway, okay, so let's go back to the presentation. Go back to the presentation. Click the. It's okay. Stop. It's okay. Okay. Okay, so that's the BPAP directory. So you see that, I guess you can't see, I'm glad I did upload it, but what's this one? ADEC Group, which is just around the corner. Robert Bosch, they have a call center here. Many companies that, the difference between a BPO, or what they call a BPO, and a shared service provider. You ever heard that expression? Or a captive provider, that's a more common? Okay, the difference is this. With Teletech or Convergys, their clients are outside of their organization. So they work, or like First Advantage, your clients are, big international banks who need background confirmation services from you, right? Now, a shared service provider is a company like Bosch, which is a big international company that sells all kinds of German products, and they have a center here to do work, to move work from Germany or Europe or whatever to do it here. Now, the only client of Bosch is who?
Bosch.
Bosch, correct. JP Morgan is the same thing, Wachovia. Many, yeah, their clients are internal to their organization. Now, these people don't advertise as much, unlike the Convergys and Teletex and Sitel and so forth. These people, they have a different profit motive, and it's not really, it's a different world. So, but they're not harder to find out, but the only way you find out about them usually is by doing this kind of research, okay? And oftentimes, I can tell you, company culture, people talk about that, and there's a sliding scale in the intensity of a workplace. Now, some people have said that, or used to pick on Dell, for instance, as a very intense workplace. I don't know if any of you ever worked with Dell, but so they would be at the far right. Very demanding workplace. And you work long, hard hours. You better make your numbers, or else they're going to get rid of you, things like that. Some have said Sutherland is a similar situation. At the opposite end of the scale are, say, companies like Shell, their shared services, or Caltex, another one. And some of these, like Bosch, I'm not saying that the shared service or the captive providers are lazy or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that they have global standards for how people work, and they're often their workplace is larger because there's again global standards that they would adhere to. So the workplace that the people in Shell's in the the RCBC Plaza, for instance, and their workplaces are the same size as they are in every other country. They work the similar hours. They have the same opportunities for training and development, these kinds of things. And I would say that the intensity of the workplace is a lot less intense than it is at a Dell or Sutherland. And you'll find that the shared services providers, they tend to be on this side of the corporate culture thing, whereas the BPOs, the ones whose clients, like Dell, Convergys, and Teletech and so forth, very demanding clients outside of the organization, they tend to be on this side of the world. Okay, so just when you're looking for roles, it depends on what you want. I think these are extremely good learning environments. If you've worked for Dell and you've survived for 2 or 3 years, boy, you can go anywhere because anyone will hire you, because if they know if you can survive there, you can survive with us, kind of a thing, right?
There are so many good Filipinos working with Dell and Sutherland. So
Absolutely, and not to put anybody down.
So the expectation that they have is higher, which is good though.
Yeah,
Right?
but it seems that these companies, the BPOs, are much more focused on selling themselves to you. They'll pay for the banners and all these kinds of things. These ones, you hardly ever hear them, right? A lot of people haven't heard of the Bosch thing and the Shell, and they call it, but they do good work, right? They tend to be smaller, but they're often nice places to work too. But you do this research, and you'll come across these people, okay? You want to get out there, so you've got a good diversity. Maybe you want to stay with these people because they're more dynamic or whatever, but maybe you want these ones too, you know? Okay? So a bit of a, oh shoot.
There's another good company here called Integra. Do you know them? Yeah, they're very good.
Now that's a good example of AIG's shared service facility. That Integra group, they changed the name after the financial crisis, and but their only clients are internal to their organization. You know what I mean? So and it's a different environment. Tends to be less intense and so forth, but they pay well too often. So.
It's like Telstra, Australia Telecom. They have one in
Absolutely, like Telstra. Yeah, they set up their operations here. Their only client is internal to their, exactly like that. Yep, perfect. Okay. Anyway, other examples. I don't know if you want to stay in the BPO industry, which I would recommend. That's where the most opportunities are. They pay the best and all this kind of stuff. But many people want to get into other industries. Every industry has an industry association where they list all their members and so forth. So the electronics industry, a very well put together organization called CP, run by a nice guy named Ernie Santiago. But they also have, just quickly, I'll just show you, because it might be, some of you might want to look in different industries. And I did pull it up here. So this is the CP website, just as one, for instance, of one industry association. And down here, they list all their members. There's a lot of good companies. Epson, Emerson, Network Power, they're a big operation. Fairchild, Fastech, and so forth, right? Now, but this one is not as well, not as focused, or not as well put together, I would say, as the BPAP website, where they give you every information, right? They give you the brief paragraph of the company, where to send your resume, all this kind of stuff. For this one, you have to dig that information out yourself. Okay? Yeah. No, if you did want to go outside the industry, the tourism industry, another one that's fast growing.
That was the thing I was about to ask.
Okay.
If you could just kindly suggest like hotel, about hotel and tourism, that shit.
Can you go to go back to my presentation? Back to the presentation quickly. No, that one, yeah. Okay. So the hospitality industry has a hospitality industry website which lists all of the hotels and so forth. It's not, again, as well organized as BPAP, but it's still, the information is there. Yeah. Yes, please.
Do you know any other, like, is there an organization for work like Percentage and background screening?
Not that I've heard of. Good question.
Yes, because
but it's just not large enough. There's only a couple of companies doing this kind of work. But they would fall under the BPAP side, doing back office work. Yeah. Yeah. Good try, but okay. All right. Can we go to the presentation then? Okay. So that's that. So anything you want to do, this is how you get the company names. And you send it out, guys. Send it out. The more you send out, the more chance, the higher number of dices are going to come up the right way, okay? Okay, LinkedIn. So I don't know, how many of you have LinkedIn profiles or have looked at LinkedIn?
You should. What's that? Sign in.
Okay. We're going to show you in a minute. Just don't yet. But what it is, it's a business social media thing, like Facebook for business, people call it, and it's become quite a successful thing. Anybody that has, kind of senior guys anyway, are on it, and most people are now putting on this. Okay, and employers are now using this tremendously to hunt for people as well. Okay. So, what's that?
that's your profile.
That's my profile. What's that?
Your picture is different.
Is it different? That's a younger version of me, I think, yeah. Do I? Okay. But it's easy. It's like Facebook,
Yeah.
only it's for business, and you really put in.
For example,
Here, I'll show you my
someone with your position. This is your
my thing. But this is important that you guys do this, okay?
Yes. Directly.
So okay. So this is my profile, okay? And you just get on. You sign up as oh shoot this. You sign on, and then you put really, a summary of your background, your experience. It's just laid out like a resume. Okay, your current position, your previous positions. I was with a company called Boyden before this. I was in Toronto. I worked for a company called ThinkPath and another one called Ian Martin Limited. Yeah, okay. And then some key skills at the bottom. So it's really laid out like a resume. Now, what you do, if you click on this, can everybody see this? It says jobs on it. Yeah? Can you see from there? Okay, good. And things come out. Now, the first thing that comes out is these are employers in my network, right? Like Facebook, you connect with other people, and these ones in my network, right? So that's one way to look at it. But the better way is just by doing a job search. So by functions and by industries in Philippines, of course, you want to stick to that. But you might be interested to work outside the Philippines. Some of you I know mentioned this as well, right? So if we type in let's say customer service, just to keep it easy and generic, and hit search. Let's see, our internet's not the fastest, but it's okay. So you see a bunch there. There's one from a number from JP Morgan, number from IBM. There's Teletech there. Chase. More. I can't remember what that. On and on. I mean. Standard Chartered. But look at them all down here. You keep going here for a long time. And employers are looking for you as well. So you put up your profile, and you put that you're actively seeking for employment, and they're out there looking for you as well. So it's both a two-way thing. You're looking for them while they're looking for you, as long as you're on that network. Okay? So sign up, and then what you do is you connect to people, and what I would recommend is connect to my LinkedIn profile and Rebecca Bustamante, because we have many, we've been on a long time, so we have many connections. So once you're connected to us, you're connected to 5,000 others. Okay, you got me? So right away you've got a big network to draw from. Where's my... Oh, there's Rebecca there. Okay, let's take all of Rebecca.
Si Django, no? Siguro naman tatay ko sa labas yun.
Uy, pare, para sa ABS
And it's the same thing. She's got a summary there, and then her experience. President of this, or Charlotte Associates, form. Before that, Mary Kay Cosmetics, and her skills.
Ako nagdala sa Philippines. That's why I came back.
I'm so proud.
So very important. So and
Yes, we did.
and the usage of this, like Facebook, is just skyrocketing. So employers within the next short while, everybody's going to. But even now, I mean, there's so many on it, and so many jobs right there. So that's another 2 or 3 days, and probably 50 or 100 submissions that you can make just by doing that. Okay, so the BPAP directory and LinkedIn, those two to start with. Right there, you're going to have a couple hundred of quality companies and quality submissions of job opportunities. Okay, right there. So let's go to the next one here.
I suggest hiding.
Oh, you got to do that, and it's.
That's actually for me. That's even better than
Oh, well, and for business, it's just Facebook for business. If you're in you know, a career or a professional person, LinkedIn is the one you want to be doing. And not that one is better or worse, just that LinkedIn is more of a social thing. LinkedIn is for your career and your business. Okay? So do that. So those two things right there, you've got a couple solid weeks of work and, you know, hundreds of submissions to do. Oh, this was one. What did I search? I think I just clicked on one of the job titles, and it just went on and on. I mean, ANZ Bank, which is a quality employer. Another one doing a captive work in Philippines. And they've got so many different areas. And if you want to get into recruiting yourself or HR or credit or something like that, you know, there's all these different options you can do. Yeah, because many of you have. I mean, this is good experience you guys have from First Advantage. You know, it's real bona fide global back office experience you have. So if you wanted to try in some of these other areas, you know, you could do that. Testing management, I don't know that one, but recruitment, HR, credit, all kinds of different areas. Okay, so do that research, and then you might come up to a different area that, wow, this is exciting. I want to do this. Okay, with me? All right. Okay, so the next, people mentioned JobStreet, and a very good idea. I mean, there's so many of these though. JobStreet is a very good start, certainly. It's superb, but don't just do JobStreet. Many companies will do JobsDB, one or the other, but not both, especially smaller companies, right? You know, the big ones, they want to be everywhere, but the smaller ones, they'll only do one or two. Monster, this is a big international database. They've moved aggressively in Philippines lately. Try to do them. And just type in, I don't know, if you want a list, send us an email, but if you just type it in Google, you know, job postings, job boards, Philippines, and then you'll get the list that comes up. And there's so many there. But like I said in the beginning, it's not which one is best, it's which others are best. Do all of them and find more. Okay? All right. So this is just, I just cut and pasted this from JobStreet, where they listed the number of job postings in each kind of category. You know, sales, there's 500, corporate sales is 1,200, clerical, and so forth. One thing I would notice, and again, I'm not telling you guys how to run your career, but I know some of you have, you know, like all of us, financial, you know, obligations for your family and so forth, and you want to make sure you find a job. If you look at the number of job postings in customer service, it's 7,000. It's almost equal to the number of job postings in all of the other listings. You know what I mean? So just from a, you know, a mathematical perspective, you got a lot more opportunities there. So if customer service or voice is really not your thing, okay, but I'm just saying, is a plan B or plan C, you know, consider it, okay? Because what we want to do is help you get employed, doing something that's going to be paying the bills and something that hopefully that will move up. And I do know that, I don't know, I'm disappointed if I can say a little bit, but sometimes people have a bit of a bad, you know, impression of voice work. But I can tell you that there's a lot of opportunities there, and I've seen so many people build great careers. Like I'll tell you, a couple months ago we had a job, and I met a number of good people, still in their early 30s or so, and the income levels, I mean, much higher than I remember. But there was this one gal, dressed very, very average and a very nice, outgoing gal, but she was earning, I don't know if I should say, but she was earning 615,000 pesos a month. Can you imagine this? And she was still in her early 30s, 32, 33.
Don't oversell them.
No, and I'm not saying, but I'm just saying there's opportunities in that industry.
Potential.
Yeah.
Limited.
You know, and she was a very dynamic, special girl, of course.
Yes.
But I'm just saying there's opportunities in that business. So don't just slough it off. What's that?
Is that from call center company?
Call center company.
Yeah, so
Yep.
many.
Definitely a call center company.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Yep.
another one. They started working in McDonald's. She go to school at night. You know that? And now she's the CEO of one company. Is
Yeah.
she, yes?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, the question is she still single?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Sorry, she's married.
I didn't
with
ask.
kids. Thank God.
You know, so I don't know, and with your back office experience, you know, you know, this puts you guys more valuable because most of these companies know that they want to offer both types of services, and if they have people with both types of experience, you can only improve yourself. You know, so you know, again, I'm not telling you how to run your career, but I'm just saying this is, you know, give you the highest probability of, you know, so, okay. Yeah, I mean, most of you have seen these, I'm sure, but you know, the postings come up. This was the help desk. Yeah, just type in help desk or something, and they all come up. So that's, spend time with that. So if you spend time just with those three, if I can say, the BPAP list, LinkedIn, and then the job boards, guys, you've got a good solid 2 weeks of work. And if you can do that work, you're going to feel good, and you're going to have, I mean, I can't guarantee you're going to have a job, but I'm going to say, if you don't, you know, let us know, because we're going to be upset. But you know, you do this honest work, you're going to get opportunities coming your way. Okay? World-class resume. Get talking to people. You know, they'll call you. Let's have an interview and so forth. Okay? All right. Okay. The next really good one, of course, I can't remember. A couple of people mentioned is referrals from your friends. Certainly, this is a good place to start, and because I'm sure you know, some of you don't, but I'm sure you do, that they all have, you know, referral programs and bonuses and so forth. So I know some people have said that, well, Richard, I don't know if I should call the friends that I haven't kept in contact with because, you know, I don't know them that well, and then they might not want to hear from me. And oh, hold on, if they've got a chance to earn a referral bonus, believe me, they're going to want to get to know you again, okay? Especially you've got, you know, a good solid few years with First Advantage and, you know, your other experience. You guys have got a good shot at these things, okay? So you make sure you call your friends and so forth, and even your, you know, your friends that maybe you're not that close with, because they'll want to hear from you, and they'll, you know, they'll do the introduction, okay? So very important to do. Get on the phone, get on your email, send out the texts. Where are you now? I heard you're in the industry. What do you think about your company? And like you said, I can't remember who, but they're also good sources because they can tell you, you know, the good and the not so good about the company, of course, right? Okay, you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, us. Okay, so this is, you know, will help you, of course, but keep in mind that the more, you know, the more you do this and the more you feel good about what you're doing, you know, I'm telling you, for the rest of your life, you're not going to be afraid of losing your job because you know you've got the skills to methodically and diligently find any job anytime when you want. Okay? So, but what we'll do is, I don't know if I drew this little triangle before, but you know, in organizations, the work that you guys are doing on the LinkedIn and with the BPAP and the JobStreet and your friends' referrals, your resumes are going in here to recruiters, to hiring managers, and so forth. What we will do then, and you know, and ideally it gets to the right person wherever they are. What we will do is we will speak to you know, contact people at fairly high levels within these organizations. And then one way or another, here, let me get to the other, I'll mess up the poor guy's camera here, but is one way or another, it'll trickle up or down to the right people. Sometimes it'll be through your work, it'll get to, oh, that's the right person there. Sometimes through our work, and oh, that's the right person there. Okay? One way or another, again, it just increases your odds. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. But we need those resumes, and we need to have solid-looking stuff so that when we, you know, send this information, they're going to say, wow, Richard, these are good-looking people. I can clearly go through the resume. First Advantage, Convergys, and so forth. Okay? So that's how we're working together here. Okay, career fairs. I don't know, how many of you have you been to career fairs? Yeah? No? Okay, once, yeah. What did you think of the career fairs? What do you think?
It's fast.
Fast?
Yeah, because I went there way back in 2007 when I was looking for my first job here in the Philippines. And I went to Festival Mall.
Festival Mall, sure.
And then there's a lot of booths for each of the companies. And I just went there and submit my resume to each of them.
Did you? Clever. And it was crowded.
It was crowded.
Probably hot, people pushing you and stuff.
Yeah, in the end I got interviewed at People Support.
People support, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then that's where I got my first.
Did you? Okay, so it worked.
It worked for me.
Okay. So those are also, I can't remember if I gave you this story yesterday, but they're also very good ways to get practice just talking in a fast manner to interviewers and hiring managers, because they'll ask you very fast questions. I can't remember if I did this, but they'll... Did I? Okay, so I get, where are you from, and how long have you been there, and where were you before that, and what are your key skills, and this sort of thing. So in rapid fire, you can answer these questions. But also, you can see these organizations and get to know some of the companies and so forth. And again, some of these companies you might not have heard before and so forth. So it's a good way to just get a feel for what's going on. And these are happening, I think, almost every weekend, I think, these days. There's a few that we found just easily, plugged on there. But that's a very good way just to get that experience and knowledge about things. Okay, very important. Okay, what do you think about recruiters? I won't, because the answer is there, so I'll go back. But what do you think about sending your resume to other recruiters? What do you think about that?
I haven't experienced.
You haven't done that? Okay. Anybody else? Has anybody done that?
Are you referring
John
to...
Clements.
Oh, yeah, I've tried that.
Okay. My mind is... Yes, headhunters, K-Search, and so forth. What do you think about that? Is that something you should do, or what?
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. What's one thing, one difference with them than with all the other sources that we went through?
It's like when you're being referred by your friend. They do have knowledge inside that they really need employees here, so most probably they'll be throwing you to a company that's really in need of an employee.
Yeah.
That's what I do know about them.
Okay. Yeah, they might have. That's a good point. Yeah. What was
I
that?
think with recruiters, with headhunters, I think they try to screen you already. If you're if you're qualified for the job posts that they're looking at people for. I'm not sure, but I think they screen
Yeah, okay.
you already.
Yes, they do. Pre-screening, yes. One other big difference is that they charge a fee to their clients, right? So let's say someone said to you, as a buyer of a cell phone, and you've got two choices. You can go direct and buy a Samsung directly from Samsung, let's say, or you could buy through your friend, but your friend's going to charge you, rather than 3,000 pesos for the cell phone, he has to make a little bit of markup, so he's going to charge you 3,200. Which cell phone are you going to buy? You might go direct. I'm not saying you might want to be good with your friend or something like this. There's exceptions. But what I'm saying is employers think the same way, because the fees that recruiters, we do recruiting ourselves, so we don't mind people paying recruiting fees, but I can say that, an employer like us, if you can hire someone without paying a recruiting fee, it's better than if you have to pay a recruiting fee. Okay? So I'm saying definitely send your resume to recruiters just to get it there, but send it after you've done your own work. Because what happens, I'll tell you, is when a recruiter receives a resume and your resumes look good, so in my view, you don't really need help of a recruiter. But like Genesis said, they might have a contact with a certain job that might not be posted and might not know about. So there's good reasons to send it, certainly. But what can happen, though, is if you send your resume to the recruiter first, and you look like a viable candidate, they get you on the phone, okay, they talk pretty good, their experience pretty good, send them the resume to 5 or 6 companies. Now, if they do that first, before you send it in, then the employer is obligated to hire through the recruiter and pay the fee. So then when they go through their resumes and they're looking for a candidate, it says, okay, Christina looks good, but so does Angelica, is it?
Yeah.
Angelica, but Christina got sent in through a recruiter, and we have to pay a fee for her. Whereas Angelica, we don't have to. So the choice, well, we have to go with Angelica, even though we like Christina. Okay, you got me?
Yes.
Okay? Because hiring managers and recruiters are often judged by, how many, non-fee paying candidates that they bring into the organization. Because anybody can get a recruiter to send in, but as a recruiter, you're paid to, get a headhunter to send it. But as a recruiter, you're paid to hire people yourself. Do you understand? So your own performance declines if all you're doing is just, okay, John Clement, send me the resumes that you have, and then we'll hire them. That's not what their boss has been hired them for. Okay, so do it, but make sure you do your work first. Because I've had people in the past say to me, "Oh well, Richard, I got everything all my job search well in hand because I've sent it to the right recruiters, and they said they're gonna search for a job for me, so I'm in good hands." Well, no, you don't want to do that. You want to be in control of your own job search, okay? Because when someone's in the middle, in between you and the employer, it can slow things down or something like this. Okay, you got me? Yeah. But again, submit it, but after you've done your work. Do it after you've done your work. And otherwise, yeah, a couple of mom and pop things, but keep your Facebook clean. If your friends are posting pictures of you drunk at the beach or something like this, you don't want to. Yeah. Yeah, and just remember that your full-time job, until you find a job, is looking for a job. And as long as you're doing that work every day, you're going to feel good about it. And then the rest of the day, spend time that you may not be able to spend for some time with your friends and family and so forth. Anyway, that's about it. That's a short one. But again, so do we all remember what we do? The BPAP directory. What was the other one? I can't remember. The LinkedIn profile. The job postings, right? Not just one of them. JobStreet is superb, excellent. I think they do great work. But do JobsDB and Monster and all the other ones as well. Your friends, get them on the phone. Even friends you haven't spoken to for a while, they'll, all this kind of stuff. Whatever the other one. And the career fairs just for whatever. And then the recruiters too. Okay, any questions?
Yeah, any
Does anybody feel good? Do you feel like you're gonna? Yeah, this is.
Regarding yesterday, did we still have the copy of the session?
Yeah, we'll be sending them shortly to Penny, I think it is. Yeah, so you'll receive those. Okay. Yeah.
Do I need to put in my name here?
I think you're not supposed to. What we're told. Questions? No.
Yes. So what's going to happen when you send us your resume? We're going to create email blast for all our contacts, and then you will know who are the companies that you send that receive it, right?
Oh, there's so many. How can we do all that? But there'll be quite a number.
They will be calling you.
Okay,
You
yeah.
have to update us also. Who are the companies who called you? Okay. What positions? So let us know. So both sides has to keep in touch.
Yeah, but there'll be a lot of, I hope we can respond to everybody, but, and as we understand, it's late January, or 1st of February when you're,
31 is their last day.
is it? Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we should start,
First week of January. we should start.
yeah,
So it could be good begin
second, yeah, second week,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's holiday, you can pay attention.
What you mean is we start submitting.
No, you will do that, but we will do on our part as well, to our contacts.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what's the best time to do that. But you know, you guys can start, you know, right away even. I don't know. Yeah, I would say, you know, depending on your situation. Some people are able to take a bit of time off or something and they want to delay. I don't know, but make sure you have, don't then wait until, you know what I mean, get the work done so that things are on offer. Because it's a lot better, you're a lot more relaxed on vacation if you have some job offers that you can say yes or no to, you know. Okay?
So you can start easy.
Good. Yeah, Jeff, you're going to do well. If I remember you, oh, that's right, you're the Convergys Teletech guy. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah, good.
Convergys twice.
Twice? Yeah, really? Which location?
Same in Northgate.
Oh, Northgate. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
2005 to 2008 when I went back a couple of years back. So,
I see. Okay. How many people do they have now at the Northgate? Would you say?
sure, but they have 3 sites. They have the main Convergys building, and then they also have the additional building, 2 buildings.
Oh, is that right?
I think it's about 2,000 there.
Must be at least that. Yeah, minimum. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. No, I like the group. I don't know what they're like to work with every day, but I certainly overall they're a good group. Yeah.
mo dun ng Rebecca.
Okay.
Kasi sa
Good.
Rebecca.
I've sent you a request to
Kasi nakapatid ako.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I've created a profile.
Did you? Oh, superb. Okay.
And I sent you the request also Rebecca.
Oh, did you?
Showed her earlier.
When did you do that? Just now?
Just now, yeah.
Oh,
Then
okay.
I'll just fill out the.
Please. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Jeff has just sent out a LinkedIn request to Rebecca and I just from his phone. So he's pretty impressive. But yeah, so try to do that, and we'll watch for it and make sure we're accept, okay? But then, and also, like Jeff is going to work on too, try to make your profile as complete as possible, okay? So it really looks like a full resume, okay? Yeah, very important, yeah.